Imagine, we were talking about nukes and we're on this. Imagine something like that did happen. That would, say we were lucky enough to survive, right? I hid in my basement for a few weeks. What next? Because then you're dependent on your food storage because the food's not going to grow. Nothing is going to grow for however long. Years, you're talking years at that point. Some places even longer than that. Try growing some corn over in Chernobyl. See how that works. And what was that, 40 years ago? I think now you probably could, but or it's getting to that point. But hey, maybe that you always talk about an EMP being the one thing that kind of does that correction. Maybe that would, you're talking about the movie The Road and stuff like that.
Well, maybe that would be interesting. How crazy would that be? What kind of stuff would that set off if Russia dropped an EMP over a section of Ukraine before they launched an attack, just to zero out all the Ukraine is as much of their military capability as possible, because that's what the Ukrainians really have going for them right now. A lot of it is that the technology we're sending over there. You're comparing commie technology against, hey, at the end of the day, it's still America is like, we can manufacture some shit like nobody else when we put our minds to it, right? Yeah. So you got a bunch of Russian technology going against a bunch of Western technology. Well, if they can get an EMP, maybe they zero all that stuff out and it gives them a leg up in a battle. Maybe that would be the level of nuke.
Yeah. Well, I think it doesn't really matter if we have, like, we could completely kick Putin's ass and all that and kick anybody's ass. I don't think it matters at that point, because when you start launching those things, the winner is not us. So yeah, but that would be, that would be interesting, the whole EMP aspect of it, because that would be sort of that, you think back to World War II, World War I, and what the first strike and all of those different tactics, military tactics were. I think that would definitely be one of those tactics these days, is to just try to disable them. It's not severing a supply line anymore. That supply line is a geographic area these days. Well,
I think it's the next step up, because remember when tactical nukes back in the day, part of the big thing back when we were still facing off against the Soviet Union back in the day was having tactical nukes. They actually had, it's the men and goats experiment that they did. And it was actually for a unit of special operations guys that would carry they'd have a backpack nuke on. And the whole men who stared at goats thing was these guys were going to go, like, basically individually, like, get in a hole and live in that thing until they had some predetermined thing where they would come out, and the Russians would have gone by and they detonate these tactical nukes in the back, in the rear areas of the Russian commands and all that kind of stuff. So the EMP is like the next step up from that. Like, you take out all the electronics, it gives the Russians or whoever a big advantage. It'd be interesting to see that, because I'll tell you what, we'd never let that go. How many times would that be used as the example forever in prepper circles about the possibility of an EMP? Yeah. The Russians did it, and that would be it. Like, the EMP would be forefront in everybody's minds for a long time to come.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
More so than it already is.
You don't think we'd be doing like 13 shows in a row on that? I think we would, because there's so many unanswered questions about an EMP, about what it would affect, how bad it would affect it, how long it would affect. So that would answer, as bad as it may be, that'd answer a whole lot of questions on the subject.
So tell me, does a little secret part of Dale in there? God, I wonder what that would look like.
Yeah. Hey, it makes me wonder if they have, or why they haven't tested some sort of EMP. Now, I know it's because it would take a nuke, and there's things about testing nukes, but Russia doesn't give a crap about that. China probably doesn't give a crap about that. So why hasn't it been tested about what it would actually do?
Yeah, they test it on their own people. They still don't care about that stuff.
Yeah. They don't. Now they kind of have to, but you look at the Tsar Bomba, you look at what we used to do in the United States, Nevada, you go out in the middle of nowhere in Nevada and just start detonating shit. And then
people used to go to the casinos in Nevada on the week when they would have the tests, and everybody go out, stand outside and have cocktails and watch the mushroom clouds out in the distance as they detonated nukes over in the test site. Like when you work in Nevada and like doing, like when I was running the shop for North American Rescue out there, that's a lot of, like, there's a lot of people that work in Nevada that work out that live in Vegas and work out at the test site. Like, hey, where do you work? I work at the test site. Oh, that's where they do all the nukes, or did them all.
Yeah. Out in Nevada, smoking your cigarettes, sitting on the porch, watching a nuke, eating your your candy bar, and drinking a Coke.
Yeah.
It's a wonder any of those people survive.
Eating all your corn syrup,
Yeah,
getting too much sun. Hey, everyone. Thanks again for watching.
absolutely. Just as a reminder, you can help us defeat the censors by liking, subscribing, and sharing this or any of our videos. Don't forget to click the link below and visit the website. Over there, you can listen to any of the older podcast episodes and also get on the email list.
And best of all, you can help us give the finger to both the apocalypse and the censors alike.